Welcome to Garden Wise Adventures. My name is Malia. Today it's time for another Plant of the Week video, and I'm going to talk about one of my very favorite plants. Now, I live in Utah, zone 6/7. We're near the end of June, and today we're going to talk about butterfly weed. So let's go look at the different types of butterfly weed that I have, and then talk about how I care for it. Now, we're in my front yard, and I am actually a certified Monarch way station because of the amount of butterfly weed and flowers that I have here. And I have 3 different types of butterfly weed, and I am hoping to get a 4th by the end of this year. But let's look at this first one right here that is absolutely gorgeous, and it's my favorite one. This is Asclepias tuberosa. This is just an orange butterfly weed. And monarch butterflies will lay their eggs on it, and the caterpillars will eat this. They actually did in California when I lived in California. This is how we raised monarch butterflies when I had little kids. But if they have different types of butterfly weed, they prefer the other types. And let me show you the other types that we have. This one right here is a more native type butterfly weed. This is narrowleaf butterfly weed. Now, I have never seen monarch eggs on this. This is only the 2nd year that I've had these plants. I started them by seed, and they did really, really well in the winter sowing method, where you put them in jugs, where you plant the seeds in jugs over the winter and let them grow and then separate them and plant them. They did really well that way. They also are very popular with all of the pollinators, including beneficial wasps and bees. This is late in the evening, so you don't see as many, but the pollinators love these. I have another little patch that's being later to bloom, but this is, like I said, the narrowleaf milkweed. And you could tell, and you can see why it gets its name, because the leaves are so narrow. But from what I've heard, once the monarchs discover this, they absolutely love it, and they start laying their eggs on the lower leaves, the lower, more protected leaves. And now for the most native variety, and the ones that the monarchs seem to like the most, and the bane of my existence. This is showy milkweed. Showy milkweed is native to here in Utah, and it reseeds itself heavily. It also sends up little shoots everywhere. We have another little shoot down here. You can see it trying to start down here. And I just try to keep my flower bed weeded to the point where I only have it in 1 or 2 spots. It's been growing under and through and around. You can see how it's coming out at the top of this tree right here. It really likes underneath this tree and around this tree. The problem with that, and I've actually got some organza bags to, large organza bags to solve this issue. But this tree, the snow fountain's weeping cherry, has a few hornets' nests in it. And the hornets absolutely love baby caterpillars. They will, when we start getting eggs laid on this, which will be in about another month, I usually see the monarchs in July in my area. But as soon as the babies start hatching, the hornets will hover around these plants and wait to see if they can find the babies and eat them immediately. So this year I'm going to try the organza bags and see if we can protect the little babies. And I'll show you pictures of what the monarch butterfly eggs looked like last year. I've been looking this year, have not seen any. You can see the seed pods starting to form. I always cut those off so it doesn't reseed itself so heavily. Okay, I just checked the leaves. I'm not seeing any eggs yet. But if it's anything like last year, we will start seeing eggs being laid on here. Now, butterfly weed is really, really easy to grow. It doesn't require a lot of water, but most of the milkweeds that I found are tolerating the once-a-week watering that I do in my perennial beds. They also don't like fertile soil. If you have extra lean soil that isn't very fertile, they really, really appreciate that. They don't like to have fertilizer added when they're planted, and they don't like to be fertilized throughout the year. So they're really easy plants to take care of. They're absolutely gorgeous, and they bring in the monarch butterflies. Now, the other milkweed that I'm hoping to get by the end of the year is swamp milkweed. Swamp milkweed prefers a little bit of shade, and it likes a little bit more water. So I will put that in one of my annual beds where it does get more water, and see if we can get more monarch butterflies laying eggs on those. From what I've heard here in Utah, monarchs really like to use those as host plants. Now, I would like to hear the type of butterfly weed that grows in your area, and if you have any suggestions on ways to grow it better. So hopefully this video has been helpful for you. If it has been helpful, I hope you like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and go have a wonderful garden adventure.